Hi, welcome back. Today is day 2 of my September 30-day challenge. It's all about me showing up for me and just doing what's necessary to get into the habit of doing these things and to work out a system that works. I'm hoping that through this 30-day challenge, I kind of discover what's going to work, what's not going to work, how it's going to work the best for me. And so that's why we're here. Welcome. I'm happy to have you here, and I hope that you get something from this too. The whole purpose for me is to create a community of people that support each other. I have to start by showing up for myself and supporting myself. And it requires putting myself out there so that people can discover me. I'm glad you're here. My challenge to myself to do one video every single night for 30 days. I'm going to try a couple different things. It's a bit of an experiment, but the point is to show up for myself. And hopefully in doing that, I'll inspire you to show up for yourself too. That's the purpose here. And that's what I'm going to try and do. One of the things that seems to be working fairly well is the quiet. And I said it in last night's video. This time of night, this time of day, whichever you want to call it, is really good for me to collect my thoughts and show up here and make this happen. So that's what I'm doing. So it was an interesting weekend. I said I might talk about it a little bit tonight. I kind of put myself in a position where I thought I was being forced to choose between an old version of myself and a new version of myself. In the middle of that, I realized that I was actually given the opportunity to choose two different pathways and a new version of myself. And that's a very, very strange feeling. In the past, when I've had disagreements or arguments with employers, other people I work with, or started feeling uncomfortable in a particular job or location, I would just pretty much burn it all down. I would stop showing up, disappear. That was easier than facing the uncomfortableness of dealing with a situation that I didn't like. This time, I stood up for myself and refused to take the blame for things that other people were doing. If you're new here, which pretty much all of you are, my name is Cheryl. I'm here to share my story with you in hopes that my story and my path helps to inspire you to find your own path and your own version of what your life should really look like. We're told all the time what life should look like, what you should do, what you shouldn't do. That doesn't leave a lot of room for what is right for you. I strongly believe in the concept that we should be building a life that we don't need to escape from, a life that we don't need to take a vacation from, and a life that we don't need to retire from. That requires learning skills. That requires having vision for yourself and really drilling down to the truth of who you are and what you're here to do. Tonight's a challenging night. Yep, there's the interruption. What do you want? You're in my way. Can you not rub on the camera, please? What would you like to say? Purr? Purr? Are you purring? This is day 2 of my 30-day challenge for September. This challenge is already proving to be exactly that, a challenge. My cat is driving me nuts tonight. She's jumping all over everything and pacing back and forth. So, then there she goes. Her little feet are cold. So, yeah, quite the challenge. I am determined to show up every single day for 30 days and just talk to the camera. That's where we're at. And so if you're new here, you're just catching this the first time, or if you're, coming back for the second day, I am absolutely horrible at introducing myself, not just here, in life in general. My name is Cheryl, and I thought I had some pretty good ideas to talk about tonight, and I'm finding that now that I'm sitting here trying to do this, every single interruption that absolutely could happen seems to be happening. I never have the sound on my phone, ever. And apparently I have the sound on my phone. So there was a random text message, and that went off loud and clear. What's that? Oh, you would like to purr? Yeah. And then my partner Lori got up, which is fine, but it makes noise and it's distracting. This is my quiet time to sit and do this. It seems like it's been just nothing but interruptions tonight. But I think that's kind of the point. I think when you start putting yourself first and you start really putting the things that you want to work on and the things that you want to build as a priority in your life, it becomes a challenge because there are always interruptions. There are always roadblocks and people and places and things that just get in your way. And you have to make a choice whether or not you're going to let that be the determining factor for your life. My purpose with this is to create a life I don't need a vacation from. But beyond that, it's about creating a community of people that are exploring what it means to live their own truth, to choose sovereignty in everything, in the process of unbecoming who we are told to be. And I look forward to creating that community. Really, truly believe that it's a space that is absolutely needed right now. And I know that there are so many people out there that I can help just by being available and telling my story. It's not like I have a spectacular story to tell or anything like that. I've lived quite a lot of life and learned a few things along the way and consider myself a very spiritual person. And I want to share that with other people, and I want to be able to teach people what it means to really truly be free and to be themselves. And that comes with sometimes there's always a price, I mean, it's not like you're just going to wake up one day and suddenly you're a different person and living a different life. But being a different person, another version of yourself, it does happen very quickly when you decide to make those changes. You don't have to burn down your whole life to do it. You don't have to delete everybody from your life, and quit your job and run away to an island in the middle of nowhere. Your life changes by making one simple choice every single day, one honest choice to choose who you want to be versus who you are. And maybe you love who you are now, and that's good too. But you still get the opportunity to make one honest choice over and over again every day. And it's those incremental changes, those incremental choices to put yourself first, to discover yourself, to understand who you are, to understand what makes you function, and to really shed all of the versions of you that are no longer serving you or are versions of you that someone else told you to be. And so yeah, I can wake up one day and be like, I'm not going to do that anymore. And that is a choice. But it still doesn't change everything overnight. Once you've made that one choice, you have to continue making that choice again and again every single day. And when you do that, you incrementally change your life and you change your conversation with the universe. The universe starts to shape your life based on the choices that you make, which is always true. But when the universe sees that you're serious, it will move for your benefit. Sometimes changing is very painful, and you can't deny that. But if you show up for yourself every single day and make that one honest choice over and over again, your life will be different. Maybe not in the next 10 minutes, maybe not in the next 24 hours, but one day at a time, it will shift. And you'll look back in 6 months and you won't even recognize the person that you have become when you start doing that. That's where I'm right now. I've been putting myself first. I've been putting my projects first. I've been putting building Soul Legacy Collective first. I've been trying to build that for so many years in so many different ways. There's been so many versions of it, and it always seems like something comes along and interrupts it. And I'm just not willing to let it do that anymore. And so what you're seeing now, this 30-day challenge, these videos I've been putting up, they're random. I understand that. But that's because I'm working on figuring out what my system is, what's going to work, and who's going to come along for the ride. So that's my offer to you. If you're finding any value in this random whisper rant, please feel free to subscribe, comment down below. Would love to get to know you. Let's create a community of people that are searching for themselves and ready to share that journey with others. So that's what I have for you tonight. Again, this was day 2. I don't know what day 3 will look like, but I'll be here for it. So you have a wonderful evening, and we will see you in the next video. Have a great night.